Ladies and gentlemen, today we'll be reacting to Good Kid, m.A.A.d, the full animated story. Last time I reacted to Kendrick, Good Kid, m.A.A.d, full album. I feel like I'm still missing the stories. I want to learn more about the actual full album. I feel like I haven't fully understand it. So the best way is to find an expert and watch the video and see how they explain the actual album, the actual songs of Kendrick. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
They know Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, m.A.A.d. I honestly doubt it. Here, we're not only going to be revisiting the album, we're going to be dissecting every story, meaning and how this is Kendrick's greatest album.
Wait, did I see a butt shaking?
Meaning and how this is Kendrick's greatest.
What video is that? I would like to know. Hold on. How did I catch that? Honestly, I forgot what he said the first 5 seconds, bro. I don't know. I don't know what he said. I think he's gonna explain each story. I don't know, bro.
Album. Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, m.A.A.d is more than just a bunch of random songs. No, it tells the story on how Kendrick became the success he is today by battling his inner demons, trauma, and how in just one single day, Kendrick would be faced with the hardest choice of his life. So, what does it mean to be a good kid in a mad city?
Okay.
The album starts with a prayer.
Lord God, I come to you as sinner, and I humbly repent for my sins.
Now this is no doubt the most important line of the entire album, and somehow it's the first thing we hear. A rather interesting way to start, since it gives us a sense of remorse and repentance. But who are these people and what are they praying for? That's when you start getting the sense of something not being right. Important sound that represents a key figure in this album, a girl that would change the whole trajectory of everything to come after, Shireen. The song kicks off at this house party in Compton where a young 17-year-old Kendrick meets this girl.
Oh my god, I'm actually stupid. I thought, okay, so the first song, I thought he like got in the car to come to Shireen's house. But then he saw two brothers of hers, so he couldn't like pick her up. That's what I thought. No, it actually just take place in a house party? What the heck? Starts in the house party. So there we go. We have a misunderstanding. Wow.
I met her at this house party on El Segundo in Central. She had the credentials of strippers.
I think I forgot, bro. I dead forgot.
She said, "No, you're handsome." Whispered in my ear, disappeared, then found her dancing.
She's captivating. It's beyond anything he's felt before. But this girl, Shireen, becomes a huge temptation for Kendrick. The way that he describes her, all rough and focusing on her physicality, shows the youthful impulsiveness that drives so many of his decisions in this album. This is where the concept of choice starts to take place. We learned in the song that Shireen is affiliated with gang in her family.
Her favorite cousin Demetrius is a reputable family history.
The cousins.
He's able to acknowledge these red flags, but still chooses to pursue her anyways.
So I thought gang bang was something else. I thought gang bang was like 10 guys and a girl on the couch. Or gang bang is more, oh my god, can I even say that? I'm so sorry. G bang. I'm gonna call it G bang. I don't know if that's allowed. It's like a group of people that they legit jump the other group. So which one is the right one? Because in this video they still haven't explained it. Am I tripping? G-bang is worse? Wait, what do you mean? Why is it worse? What? That is a category your history search. Gang, why would I watch that? You gotta get your head out of the gutter. You gotta get your head out of the gutter, bro. He be doing a lot of double meaning. So it both? I think it's just terms of gang affiliations. Alright, I'm gonna just go with that. Gang affiliated, probably better.
Driven by his lust. So when the opportunity presents itself for Kendrick to go over, he doesn't hesitate to take his mom's van and drive straight to her house.
Nah, low-key me.
And I'm thinking about that. Thinking about her thighs eyes, or maybe kissing
Low key, she invite me, I'll be like, let me dive in.
Away 250 feet and 6 steps from where she stays.
But as Kendrick inches closer and closer to Shireen,
Poured up a smile on my face, and then I see two niggas, two black hoodies. I froze as my phone rang.
the track here
Right.
suddenly stops. A very simple story. Boy meets girl, girl becomes a problem, and consequences begin. But after this point, you're left wondering, what just happened? Are these two hooded people involved with Shireen? Was this all a plot towards Kendrick? Even considering Kendrick's mom refers to Shireen as a hood rat in the ending skit of the
Oh.
song.
Kendrick, where you at? Damn, sitting here waiting on my van. You told me you was gonna be back in 15 minutes. You on your way or what? I hope you ain't out there messing with them damn hood rats out there.
You know, that's crazy to me that he said, Mom, I'm gonna be back in 15 minutes. If it's a booty call, why would that last 15 minutes, bro? Okay, I'm sorry. But like, I mean, 15 minutes, I don't know, he should have said like 2 hours or something. Maybe his mama doesn't allow that, but he should have said, oh, I'm going to my friend's house for homework. Then his mama wouldn't know, right? If it's like a booty call. 1 minute is all you needed. Y'all gotta chillax, bro. Y'all really gotta chillax. I'm gonna laugh. And you need to chill because this is a serious reaction. I was kind of confused, like, why were the cousin in front of her house and just waiting? Like, that feels like a setup from the song.
That crazy ass girl, Shireen.
As the album progresses, you're able to see that Shireen, aka Master Splinter's daughter, is sort of a starting point for Kendrick to confront his own identity. Who is Kendrick? Who does Kendrick want to become?
Wait, 15 minutes a long time in theory. Okay, I don't want to talk about it, but because because my Rice Period scores are both a 90, you know? So 15
Represents a crossroads where
So 15 minutes is bad. Or is it good? Because if you fast, that means you're attracted to the person, right? But if you last longer, that means you have like better resistant or you're just not interested. Oh my god, I'm asking the craziest questions of all time. What? We're completely going off track. Going off track. I'ma just shut up. I'm so sorry, guys. You do not have to answer that. Sometimes my mind comes out of my mouth before I could think. Does that even make sense?
the identity. Who is Kendrick? Who does Kendrick want to become? It represents a crossroads where the wrong choice can lead to horrible outcomes. So who is Kendrick gonna choose to be after this just happened? Vibe is the second and most favorable song off the album.
I love this song.
And introduces us to a new version of Kendrick. No longer K-Dot, the young boy from Compton, but Kendrick as he is from the release of this album. In the song, Kendrick talks to different people, with each perspective being able to help us understand his message a little better. First, having a conversation with God, talking to him as a sinner.
It's very religion-based, for sure. Who's probably gonna sin again? Lord,
Taking
forgive
the time
me.
to rant to God about how he doesn't like where rap is going, telling him that his music is meant to send a message of love and courage, but others just use it to get famous.
Right. Look inside my soul. Maybe get rich. Look inside your soul. You can find out it never exists. I can feel the changes. Just new people around me just want to be
Here,
famous.
seeking guidance from God as he navigates his new fame. This can also be interpreted as Kendrick having a conversation with two sides of himself.
Wow.
One side is super confident. This side of him feels inspired and believes that he can reach great heights in his career. But then there's the other side that feels unsure and weighted down by everything that comes with being famous.
Just pretty nervous. I'm trying to keep it alive and not compromise the feeling we love.
Two voices going back
don't
and
kill my
forth throughout
vibe.
the song. Then there's Kendrick talking directly to you, the listener. He's
Oh,
trying to
me.
stay focused on what's important to him, but
Family,
people
music,
around
or
him are just
culture.
messing with his vibe, distracting him. The song basically saying, leave me alone. Let me do my thing without any of this bad energy. All three of these are valid points and can be used to interpret the song better. And
See, that I thought Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe was more like this, like Shireen still, like killing his vibe. But it's actually more about the people around him that trying to, you know, bring him down. It's like for everybody, like, bitch, all of you are bitches. Like, not literally. And I was like thinking like vibe, like what was vibe in my head? Like vibe, like him chilling, you know, and somebody just disrupted his peace, or is it money? Is it fame? Is it lust? Like what's a vibe, right? I think it's just all of the above. It's kind of crazy at around 17, he has like these thoughts in his head that he's battling against himself, like recognizing that you know, music inspired him and stuff like that, but at the same time, like as a teenager, you think money's everything, this and that, blah blah blah. So him having like an inner battle was like very cool, because at 17, around that age, all I did was playing Minecraft and Valorant, and I don't think much about my life at the time, because all I think about is like, instead of like my own self and personality, all I thought about was like, okay, I'm gonna graduate high school, go to college, and then boom, bam. I didn't think that complex about my life versus him. How old are you? I'm like in my 60s right now. My kids were thinking about putting me in I don't know, nursing home, but I told them like I have 40 more years until then. So, but yeah, here we are.
Even though this song has no significance to the actual narrative of the album, its solo story is able to capture where Kendrick's mind is at from writing this album. But what does all of that have to do with this?
K-Dot, get in the car. Come on, we finna roll out. I got a pack of blacks and a beat CD. Get your freestyles ready.
Oh, I love this one.
Backseat Freestyle is the third song off the album, and you can immediately tell the disconnect
I love
from
this
the
song.
last previous tracks. While those two were focused more on explaining something to you through this sort of calmer beat. Backseat
I love
Freestyle
it.
jumps right off
It's
the
so
bat
good.
with this more aggressive tone.
Right. It's very aggressive.
And it's easy to know why, since we know who's
ringing my
rapping
head.
here.
Hey, I'm never living life confined. It's a failure, even if I'm blind. I can tell you who, what, when, where, how to sell your game right on time.
Putting us back in the eyes of that younger Kendrick from the first track. But the last we heard of him, he was caught up with Shireen and these two hooded people. So what happened? Remember, this story isn't linear. As a matter of fact, this song is one of the first events that happened throughout the day, with Kendrick getting stopped a couple hours later. The story in this song isn't anything crazy like some of the songs coming up, but it's this sort of click that puts everything into motion. Right off the bat, you can immediately tell that this song is just Kendrick freestyling in the back of the car. And that's it. But what is interesting about it is that it's able to help us understand how we're supposed to view this younger version of Kendrick. Because we learn, one, he's easily influenced when he's around his friends, focused on power, money, and women.
All my life I want
Money and power.
Is two, extremely young, talking about what he does.
I pray my get big as
Big
the
as the Eiffel Tower.
so I can fuck the world for 72 hours.
And three, is scared all the time. Let's take a pause here and try to learn who exactly is in this.
You know, unrelated, but if I was a guy, I probably would have a big, ginormous Eiffel Tower. Like no BS. Like, that's just a fact. Because I radiate, like, alpha energy, so I just feel like it should come with it, you know? And maybe some of you would say, no, that's not true. You're Asian. So, okay, well, first of all, let me tell you something. That's stereotypical. That's not very nice of you. Second of all, some people are just born with it, and I'm one of them. Facts.
Car, because these are Kendrick's friends. And while it's not important to identify who each person is, it is important to know how big of an impact they have on this kid. So if Kendrick doesn't think about change in what's coming next, these friends will be the reason that his life is about to take the biggest U-turn you've ever seen in your entire life.
I'm an idiot. That's why. Oh my god, it connects with the art of pressure and then all the influences. Because when I heard the backseat freestyle, I completely disregard his friends. I really didn't care, but I focused more on his lines. Like who he is as a kid. But whoever in that freaking car was the one that influenced his mind to be like that. but I disregard them. So the next one, I felt like they just came out of nowhere. But like, damn, see, what's wrong with my ears? Actually, it's kind of hard to grasp it immediately though. Like, so I feel like for me, I'm the type of person that listen to a song like 5 times before I realize what's going on. And I'm not on the same brain wavelength as another person who listened to it once and be like, huh, yeah, I got it. Maybe I'm just built different.
The Art of Peer Pressure is probably one of the most intuitive songs off the album and really starts pushing the needle forward compared to other songs prior. So what's going on here? The song is an immediate continuation of Backseat Freestyle, and we now know that that song was literally just Kendrick rapping in the back of the car. But as mentioned earlier, these friends aren't people to mess around with. And Kendrick, despite how he's been acting so far, is only doing it to gain some brownie points from these people. Because the truth is, Kendrick doesn't like to get into any trouble. He wants to stay as far away from gangs as possible. He really is just a good kid. But the second he decides to step into that car,
what is this? Oh my god. Because I'm copyrighted.
So as Kendrick continues to drive around the city, the more and more his friends want to do. Now, keep in mind that he's been in this car all day, and the amount of things that they've been doing is beyond explaining.
Me and my niggas 4 deep in a white Toyota, a quarter tank of gas, one doing orange soda.
They meet some girls, they get interrogated by rival gangs, just trying to cause as much trouble as they can. But at some point during this ride, someone passes Kendrick a blunt. Again, Kendrick does not want to do this. He has no idea what's in it, who gave it to him, but it doesn't matter, right? Right?
Oh my god.
Well, we'll get to that later.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Peer pressure. Okay, peer pressure is one of the worst thing ever. I actually felt like what, Kendrick feeling at this moment. But obviously his is like worse. I mean, like, come on. Like, they out here doing all kind of stuff that he actually doesn't want to do. Vaping is bad for you. Do not do vaping. But do not even try it. Okay? If your friends around you and they vape in your face and stuff like that, and they be like, hey, you want to try it? Say no. All right? I'm not gonna lie. I'll tell y'all right now. Okay, I took one vape and I told my friend, like my other friend, and they yelled at me, never fucking do it again. From that day on, I never fucking do it again. But I did it one time because I just, not only do I want to try, but I just want to look like cool in front of my friends. And honestly, I didn't feel good. I felt like I want to die. I felt like that wasn't me. So, like I said, I mean, vape, if you want to vape, vaping, don't piss me off, bro. If you want to vape, like, go ahead and do it. But if you don't feel comfortable, you gotta say no. Or say I'm a red flag. I mean, I just think vaping is bad for you, bro. I've known somebody vape so much, and I actually worry about them, and I hope they don't die in 20 years. But it's a fact that vape gonna destroy your lungs. All right, I would rather see somebody addicted to weed than vape. I just think vape and cigarettes are like completely shouldn't have like you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it.
Driving around for what seemed like hours. Well, we'll get to that later. After driving around for what seemed like hours, they end up in front of a house. And Kendrick already knows what's about to happen. He is not about to break into that house. Think of the consequences. Think of your mom. Consequences? Look at us. Everyone's already going in. If we don't go, imagine how bad everyone's gonna see us. The risk isn't worth it. Look at him. He's scared. He's not like them. One wrong move could ruin everything. Okay, but one good move can make him a legend in the streets. Think about it. You're making this a big deal when no one's even home. No, you know what? There's no way in a million years we're going in there, especially to break in. And that's final.
I hit the back window in search of any Nintendo DVDs, plasma screen TVs in the trunk.
But then, as predicted, the worst happens.
What happened?
There's somebody in this room. Wait, what? There's somebody in this room.
Panicking, they sprint back to their car and speed off.
Oh, I didn't even realize that this happened. Wow.
They have to escape these cops as fast as possible.
We made a right, they made a left, they made a right, they made a left, but they made a right, they made a left, they made a right,
They caught him.
right. One lucky night with the homies.
The song is
Wait.
really about this
Okay.
persona Kendrick has been building for himself from each of these tracks, and really is a battle between the angel who wants to make it out of Compton and the devil saying to fit in since this is how his life is supposed to turn out. But his friends keep weighing him down. Whatever they do, he feels pressured to do the same, which then turns into this constant cycle of trouble, which bleeds exactly into what happens right after.
The animation's killing me.
Yeah, we finally got that made. On now. I think he hit the wrong blunt though. Alright, here's the plan, love. Kick back as an alibi. Wait till the sun go down, roll out, drop K-Dot off at his mama van. Cause I know he's trying to put my Sherane tonight. And we all gonna meet back at the block at about 10:30. Matter of fact, get the motherfucking car. We finna get at that.
I love this.
Money Trees is the most listened song on the album, and for good reason. If
I love
you,
this
the
song.
listener, are looking at this song for the first time, what do you think of? Do you think of a tall, humongous tree filled with a bunch of money? Maybe a metaphor for a wealthy person? Or could it mean something completely different? After Kendrick got dropped off at his mom's van, he decides to drive back home. But as he drives back, he starts to think a bit. Think about where his life is going. So as he's driving, he's thinking about his past, thinking about his future, thinking about money. So far, every passing moment, the house break-in was about stealing valuable things. Everything is revolved around getting $1.
Money.
As Kendrick is doing all of these horrible things, he's thinking about this dream of living the rapper's life with the money and the cars. But then he remembers where he's from, so he's willing to do anything to get that check. He then starts to think about how he's gonna be able to have the most beautiful wife when he makes it, saying that everything in his life could be
the
going
meme, bro.
horribly wrong. But if he just had some money, all of the issues in the entire world would magically disappear because he would have complete and utter power over everything and everyone, making his life perfect, all from a piece of paper. But at the same
it's not
time,
that
Kendrick
simple.
knows that what he's doing is wrong and unethical. So now
Yeah.
he can pick the good or the bad. The good, obviously, being don't steal, and the bad, doing risky things to get money quickly. In his heart,
anything for
there's
money.
one side of him that wants to start doing the right thing, which he calls hallelujah, and another part that just wants the lust of money and excitement, which he calls Halle Berry. Each side trying to pull him into a different direction, but then a realization: how is money?
Oh my god, I'm legit, my brain is like this universe. Cause I was so confused, hallelujah or Halle Berry. He was singing that, I was like, what do you mean by Halle Berry? And I feel like Genius did not explain good enough and I thought he would just talk about some random berries. But it's a representation of hell. Am I an idiot or did you guys realize that on your first hearing? Because I did not know that. Halle Berry's not hell? Wait, am I tripping? Guys, what do you mean it's not hell? Look at the video.
To a different direction and excitement, which he calls Halle Berry. Each
Halle Berry. Halle Berry, guys. No, it's not Halle Berry. It's Halle Berry.
other part that just wants the lust of money and excitement, which he calls Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. Am I crazy? My chat making me look crazy. Halle Berry was major sex symbol in her day. Temptation was what she represents. Oh, it's double entendre. She's a real woman, but he used her as a representation of hell.
Each side trying to pull him into a different direction, but then a realization: how is money viewed? Sure, money can get you the girl, but Kendrick wants real love, so now he's just looking at her as a distraction.
Wait.
Think of it like climbing the mountain of life. People will take their backpacks full of necessities and their morals, things they love, but it's a lot of stuff, so it's heavy. So it's crazy what people are willing to do to get up the mountain faster, dropping stuff from their backpacks more and more just to get to the top first. So when you get up there, you forget why you even climbed up here in the first place. Does Kendrick
Right.
want that? So far,
Nah.
Kendrick has been kinda immature. But this is showing an awakening to what he can finally do to change. So this is it. After seeing Shireen later, his life is about to completely change. He can actually make it out of Compton. All of these trials and tribulations for Kendrick to wake up and finally realize he can make it out. Oh, wait. Poetic Justice is seen as one of those songs on every album about love. So this is a love story between Kendrick and Shireen, right? Well, not exactly. First, Poetic Justice is used as a literary device, being this sort of special tool that writers use to make their stories more interesting and lifelike. So when you see a phrase like Poetic Justice, think about someone who's always been too busy for love and just pushes away anyone who's ever cared about them. But then one day they fall deeply in love with someone else, but they end up being too busy for them. That person finally gets what it's like and realizes they need a change. Poetic Justice takes place right after the events of the first song, where we saw Kendrick meet Shireen and fall in love with her. But what I didn't mention is that Kendrick meeting Shireen to the drive to her house take place months apart from each other. And there's a bunch of crucial information in those months that we need to break down. So from that first song, we can see that Kendrick likes Shireen. But the thing is that he doesn't just like Shireen, he likes Shireen.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit.
So
it's not just a crush, but he paid like every single young details, small details about her. Okay, I'm still confused though.
Every passing moment he's thinking about her, wanting her, but he starts seeing that like, something is kind of off about her because she's always with the wrong crowd and she likes him one day and the other completely ignores him. Turns out
that's a red
has been sneaking around with other dudes, and the dude she messes around with in this song is, you know, not important.
Yo, chillax, bro, stop. Why did they do this? Yo, this is not good. Bro, no fucking shot. Yo, whoever animated this, bro, you're crazy. No way, bro. Really, Drake, out of all the people, bro? That's messed up, man.
Natural hair and your soft skin and your big and that sundress. Ooh.
Except Kendrick likes this. He likes the chase. How complicated their relationship is really has him thinking that she really wants him. So he starts doing everything he can to start to understand her and get as close to her as possible, becoming friends with her friends, acting cool, but nothing seems to work. Time passes.
You know, he really changed himself for her. But let me ask you something. Does men like to chase even if the girl is like legit not good for him? Obviously he didn't end up with Shireen for a freaking reason, right? He didn't marry her, but in his teenage year he was chasing her at all costs. But here's the catch: she did not care about him at all from the way she show herself. She cared about him one day, the other day like goodbye, what's your name? Exactly, bro. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you that question. Yup, for some time, yes. Damn, bro. That's crazy. Because in my mind, if I was a dude, I would chase the girl, but I would want to marry her to chase her. I feel like this is my wife, then I would chase her. If this is not my wife, then I feel like I don't gotta do anything. I don't even gotta try. But I don't know. Maybe if I was, but here's the thing: he's still a kid in his timeline. So obviously, as a kid, like you have a little, crush. You're trying to chase. You don't think much about it. You just really like her and get her at all costs. So I kind of understand where he's coming from. But I feel like as a kid, wait, slow down, marriage. Well, yeah. I mean, guys. Okay, let me tell you something. I haven't dated anybody at all. Right, from a very young age. I don't know if it's because I'm raised in like a traditional family or because, coming from an Asian culture background, all that. But if I was to date somebody, I already think of like a long-term like relationship with them. If it's not, then I'm leaving. So I don't really like experience dating, but I know some people do that so that they like know what they like and what they don't like, which I respect.
And she eventually gives in, and Kendrick and Shireen start talking more and more every day, but it's extremely clear that she's only using him for one thing. So here we are, sitting on the curb with her, looking as beautiful as ever, and Kendrick starts telling her about this dream he has about true love.
She
He talks
probably
about how
doesn't
love
care.
should be more than just, you know, taking the skin boat to
Let's see it.
Town. It should have a more deeper emotional connection, and if they actually fell in love, Kendrick would be able to protect her and save her from this situation
Oh,
that
that's
she's
so
in.
cute, man.
Shireen looking at Kendrick confused. She tells him she's not looking for anything that serious. So she tells him no, but they can still smash pissers whenever. And you know what Kendrick says to this? After everything he's done trying to find true love with this girl. Okay. You know what's really good about this song is that it's placed right smack in the middle. So at this point, you're able to get familiar with everyone and how they would act.
Come
We already
on.
know Shireen is bad because she led Kendrick to these two guys a couple songs back.
what
So
I'm
the whole time
saying.
you're thinking, well, duh, Kendrick doesn't want to be with this girl. She's bad. But
Dude, but Kendrick is so in love, but that's the thing. She showed her she's a red flag all this time. Like, there's no way. You know, like when you share a dream with a girl and you feel like she's the one, only for her to end up saying something that you don't, you're like, what the fuck? But to be fair, the sign is there. First of all, there's two cousins in front of her house, like looking like they about to jump him. Second of all, she doesn't really care about him, okay? From the way she acts around him in the first place. So I would just say young love, bro. Young love. They got a lot to learn. As a 70-year-old, I know what I'm talking about.
Kendrick doesn't know that. All he knows is that he met this girl at a party and he really likes her. Every song has been building up, showing us every fumble Kendrick has taken so that he can learn. Because if we compare Kendrick a couple of months ago at the party, only seeing Shireen as someone he can smash, to now you can see how much he's changing. So us,
Yeah,
as
he
the
did
listener, are
change.
forced to see Kendrick do the wrong thing, knowing that he would eventually change. Kinda.
One more time, homie. Where's what? Hey, here for Shireen. Hey, you over here, Shireen. I don't care who. This dude over here or where he's from is a rap. I'm sorry. Hold up. I got a voice over for y'all. I'm gonna tell you where I'm from. Okay. You gonna tell me where you from? Okay. Where your grandma stay, where your mama stay, or where your daddy stay. As a matter of fact, get the heck out of the vein. Out right now. Wow. Wow. See?
Good Kid is interesting because a lot of people like to group it with its other half song, Mad City. Now, these two songs aren't here to capture how Kendrick feels or acts, but it's really about what the city of Compton has done to him.
All red flags get ignore when dudes thing with their dick. Wait, so when it's a red flags with the guy, like, do the girls thing with their boobs or their butt? Like, how do I say that? Like, what would be like a good way to say equivalent to your sentence? I'm gonna say butt. It sounds funnier with butt.
Wait, I'm sorry. What the heck just happened? Kendrick just got threatened
got
by these
dragged
two
out
men and
the
the
car.
song just glosses over that? This is
Yeah.
possibly the worst
Oh, yeah.
situation Kendrick could ever be in right now.
He didn't
this
answer
can ruin
that.
his future, his relationships. What can he do? Exactly. What can he do? Good Kid sees him stuck. Everyone's left him alone and he's left with no other option but to think, having his whole life play out in his mind. And every time he replays it and replays it, all he can think to himself is how in every situation he's tried his best and be good. Sure, he's had his stumbles, but he was truly ready to change now. So what's happening? What is he missing? Maybe he's gone too far with his friends. Maybe it was Shireen.
Wow,
Heck,
the
it could have been
realization.
himself. Looking around, knowing that no 17-year-old should ever be in this situation. Ever since he was young, he's felt trapped in the walls of his own mind, as if the walls are slowly closing in and there's nothing that he can do to stop it. That's why he's so scared and anxious all the time. Kendrick again has a flashback on walking home from Bible study one day. All seems good and calm for
He's
once.
such a
and
good
then
kid, bro.
Some dudes spot him and assume that he's part of a rival gang. They don't ask questions, they immediately see him as a threat. He knows that even though he's not involved in stuff like this, he can be attacked for just being at the wrong place at the the wrong time. The chorus also acts as a reflection of the chaos in the city, calling it a mass hallucination and ill education, meaning that people are caught in this shared illusion and broken way of thinking, where violence, fear, and hate just seem normal. If we look at the album cover, it perfectly sums up what I'm talking about. We see a baby Kendrick surrounded by guns and alcohol, violence. This is all Kendrick's ever known. Again, coming back to reality. Kendrick, now helpless and powerless, just sits there for hours. The room's so quiet, all you can hear is his own heartbeat. Seeing nothing that can help, he sits there and he prays. Prays that if he's able to get out of this situation, he knows that it will be meant to be. Everything he's been going through is there to make him stronger. If he can escape this house, he can show the world that staying a good kid can actually pay off. Then the song stops.
Isn't that crazy, bro? I actually admire him for the way that he thinks at 17. I feel like people don't speak enough about that. In the mind of a young Kendrick, and his realization at that age, chef kiss, bro. Chef kiss, bro. That must be so scary, bro. Like being locked up.
Okay. Other half of Good Kid, we just saved Kendrick. Oh my gosh.
So good,
m.A.A.d
bro.
City is the most intensifying song, as
so
it blew
good,
everyone away the first time they listened to it. But the way that it comes in with this veracity is not just for show. It's probably one of the most important parts of this entire album, which is super crucial to know later. We'll get to it. So what is happening? I know a lot of information just hit your brain, so let's do a little recap. Kendrick goes to see Shireen. Shireen purposely set him up to get interrogated by these two guys. They locked him up, and Kendrick's friends just came to save his life. That means that Kendrick's prayer to God is now in full effect. So did God send my friends? Did Shireen really set me up? So many thoughts start rushing into his head, with his thoughts getting crazier and crazier, thinking about why he needs to get out of this city, comparing it to a war zone in Pakistan where people keep dying, and how somehow it's normal for you to keep a gun on you at all times. Kendrick being only 9 years old and watching someone get shot for the first time. That moment
is
switching his
crazy.
mindset forever. The more and more Kendrick thinks, the worse his thoughts get. If you listen closely, you can hear Kendrick's voice break down at the brink of tears the further we get into the song.
Ugly waving your hand out the window, check yourself. Now crawl your head in that noose. You wind up dead on the news.
It's almost like he can't take it anymore. Why is this happening to him? There's a specific phrase in this song that explains it better than I ever could.
Bend down.
Man down. Yeah.
Where you from? Where your grandma stay, huh?
It almost sounds like what those guys said to Kendrick earlier.
That voice kind of sexy.
Okay?
Is it just me?
You gonna tell me where you from, okay? Or where your grandma stay.
But why is it here? And why is it
Hand
so
down.
distorted
Where are you
and
from?
low? Well,
Who you
the
know?
answer to that is actually extremely simple.
Wake your pump, suck. It ain't nothing but a Compton thing. Chill.
If we go back all the way to The Art of Peer Pressure, I told you guys that Kendrick took a blunt with a bit of some of that powdered sugar, remember? So the true effects of that blunt haven't started hitting him until he started running for his life in the beginning. Probably why he was able to outrun those guys, huh? So this entire first section of the song with Kendrick talking insane and going crazy was him hallucinating in the car as him and his friends were driving away. He can't get over how crazy his life is. Did you not see what just happened to him? It was insane. He gets serious and tells us that no matter how bad he makes his story seem about Compton, no one will ever understand what it was like to be a kid going through this, because it was bad. Worse than I can ever explain it. And that's the message between these two songs. No matter how many times Kendrick is influenced to go out with his friends or be with Shireen, the city as a whole can destroy him as a person. So Kendrick tweaking in the back eventually makes his friends park the car. There's a pretty good distance away from the house, so I think it's a good time for
Young Kendrick was quiet, observant, intelligent kid who grew up a lot of pressure, make mistakes, spent a lot of time thinking about how to become something different from his surroundings. True.
Swimming Pools is the 9th
I
song
love
on this
Swimming
album.
Pool.
And it's
I
funny how a
love
lot of
Swimming
people
Pool.
view this as a club song, telling people to drink
I
and
love
party,
Swimming
but
Pool.
that couldn't be farther from the truth. First, what exactly is swimming pools? Well, a swimming pool being a place of fun and jumping in the water, but here, a swimming pool being made entirely of liquor and addicted people are jumping in. This song steps away from everything and focuses on how Kendrick just promised himself he wouldn't get involved in stuff like this. If he can escape this house, he can show the world that staying a good kid can actually pay off. Telling his friends
Fired.
about last time they told him to drink. Picture this, Kendrick is at a party. Everyone is drinking, the vibes are exciting, and then boom. You can see that people are drinking to escape their sadness. Others just doing
yeah,
it to be
swimming
accepted
pool,
by
bro.
their friends. So
Drowning.
Kendrick at this party is, of course, not a drinker, but he stands there, watching, observing, seeing what everyone is doing. When all of a sudden his friends end up right next to him, all extremely drunk, pushing him to drink with them. But after some persistent no's, he ends up giving in because someone called him a pussy. See, now that's where you cross the line. So he starts drinking with them, and shot after shot, the room gets darker and louder, drinking more and more to keep up with his friends. Then comes a crucial point. Kendrick hears a voice, the
What?
voice of his conscience, warning him about the dangers of drinking too much.
Shireen, bro. No, Shireen, that's a nightmare.
For that one
that's
second,
the
he
angel
realizes what he's
in the
been
rap-
doing.
oh
Since
my
he
God.
knows that drowning too much in this poison can lead to a crazy addiction and ruin his life. But Kendrick's already gone too far. He starts mentioning having a new appetite for failure, meaning that he's starting to expect the worst in his life. And this feeling just grows stronger over time, saying,
Make an excuse that your relief is in the bottom of a bottle and the green is in the
we go back to Kendrick explaining this to his friends, but they aren't listening.
I
They still
don't
think that he's shooken up after what happened to him earlier. And so fueled by rage, the only thing on their minds from all of
What?
this is revenge. How can we get back at those people who did this to him? They can't let this slide. They have to end those guys' life. Without a second thought, they jump back in their car and they go back. Kendrick, not wanting to go, tries to become the voice of reason, but they just keep going faster and faster. Even though these two
Whoa, I didn't even catch that. Damn, guys. Wow. What the fuck was... Wait, how was I so confused? Maybe because I didn't understand enough of each sentence. So they came back in revenge. Okay, I think I did not mention that in my reaction for sure, because probably didn't understand it. Now I understand it. I missed that part. So I'm like, oh, the swimming pool version you listed wasn't the full one? Oh, because it wasn't included. What? But it was part of like the list. I'm just so confused. It's the extended version? That's why I did not realize. I thought I just didn't get it. Oh, it's because I didn't even hear the extended version. Oh my god, I didn't know they come back in revenge! Oh my god, bro. That's actually so crucial, actually, that I miss. I'm about to punch myself because, like, that leads up a lot. Because that saying, it's like a cycle of violence, bro. Like, something happened to you, yeah, we gotta kill them, bro. And it keeps happening, like guns and violence, this and that, blah, blah, blah. It's like a full cycle. That's why it's crucial, and I miss it.
who have nothing to do with it. They feel it's necessary to protect him.
Damn.
Here. And we know that Kendrick is changing.
How's this gonna end?
Even him being on this car going back is the single most important part of this
But
album.
just when I thought I had enough,
They stopped to hum me out over a bitch. We gonna do the same old shit. I'm gonna pop a few shots. They gonna run opposite way. Fall right in the lap.
And I hope that bitch that set him up out there, we gonna pop that bitch too.
Wait, hold up. Hey, I see something.
Ooh, man, I did not hear this.
Ah, got the niggas. K-Dot, you good? You good?
Yeah, blood, I'm good.
Are you dead ass?
Hey,
Say something.
hey.
Kill my brother.
Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst.
That's why. Oh my god. All I knew was like his his friend like die in front of him, but I didn't get the context of as to why it escalated to that part. Now we know he came out pew pew dead. That's actually, ooh, oh my god, that actually is such a wow. Mind you, nothing even happened to Kendrick. Oh my god. And then now they came out and be like, boom, boom, bang, they dead. He died. Dave died. Wow, actually such a great freaking album, by the way. Like the meaning behind this, like it's not just those catchy songs that you listen to and then you forget it, but it's like one of those that actually make you think about like the story of his life. Every single one of his stories like perfectly align and shape his future.
Is the most important song. Throughout this album, there's been this overarching story taking place about love and violence, and Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst serves as that climax that a lot of stories have, that is meant to completely motivate the character just for a chance of making a difference. So why? Why is this song specifically so important? Well, this song is cut up into two parts. First, Sing About Me and I'm Dying of Thirst, which we'll find out the meaning of later. Throughout the album, we've been following Kendrick and his group of friends. And unfortunately, we just saw one of Kendrick's closest friends pass away after trying to get revenge for him earlier.
Yeah,
now, this song isn't revolved around that friend who we later learned is named Dave, but is focused on Dave's brother, who I'm calling DB, and how he reacts to finding out what happened. DB just saw his brother die right in front of him. But time goes on and we see him thanking Kendrick, thanking him for always showing so much love to Dave. Even in Dave's dying moments, Kendrick held him, making him feel safe. Even though in this moment he's completely helpless, just the being there meant so much to DB. We go back to a specific day where it's just Kendrick and DB alone, sitting, thinking about life, and for the first time in forever, they have a genuine talk, putting Kendrick in this high pedestal since he has this huge passion to make it out of Compton, because for him, it was all lost when he was just a kid, telling him about how much he loves his raps and prays that one day when he makes it big, he'll tell their story, shedding light to all those other kids going through the same situation, making sure that his memory is never forgotten. So fueled by rage, he can't get over his brother's death. It's the same nightmare every night, so he goes for vengeance. But one slip up ended his life. But Kendrick here, fulfilling his wish to sing.
Fuck! So sit. Oh my god, bro. Damn, bro. Revenge. It's like the freaking cycle, bro. It should piss me off, bro. But it's just the environment and it just sucks, man. Cause like, ill education. Cause like, it's when you grow in the environment. That's just how you used to. That's just how things work around here, you know? And it's just sad. Cause like lives are being lost because of things like that, bro. Oh my god, if I was like truly in depth and understand the album at the time, I can't lie to you guys, I would have cried so bad. Oh my god. Dave is dead, but Dre brought him up during the beef on the song Family Matters. Wait, hold on. Different Dave. Yeah, isn't he the manager, bro? But the Dave of his friend died. Like the one in here, right? Dave Free and Dave the dead friend. Yeah. Okay, I was kind of confused, but actually, good thing you pointed that out. Cause like they have the same name. It's a different one.
About me, ending his verse with the final words, "Am I worth it?"
Right now, man. Like we right here. Brother, they just killed the homie brother. Alright, just call me back. Back up alive. So what we gonna do, man?
Oh my, you know what we gonna do? That is the most important freaking question ever. It's a freaking, it keep going, bro. It doesn't stop, bro. Like one person died, okay, now we got a revenge, and then boom, this guy died. Okay, then what we gonna do next? Yeah, let's kill them, bro. And then this side killed them, and this side killed them, and this side. And it's the same thing until like everybody annihilated, bro.
Bro, we can go back right now, man. We can go back right now. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of running. I'm tired of this.
My brother, homie.
I am tired of running. Song after song, it's been issue after issue, problem after problem. They're tired of running, they're tired of hunting, they're tired of living this life of crime, chasing these empty goals. They just watched their friend die and just want to find a way to stop all this madness. Kendrick and his friends start to reflect, saying,
How many sins? I lost count.
They've sinned too much and the Reaper is calling. Death is always close by and feel like there's no escape.
Wow.
So how are they all going to change? It's a cycle of violence, greed, temptation, repentance that keeps pulling them in. But breaking free from that cycle is an uphill battle. But then the most unexpected but beautiful thing happens.
Oh.
You run in, come talk to me. My brother, homie, is that what I think that he is? I know that's not what I think that he is. Why are you so angry? See, you young men are dying of thirst. Do you know what that means?
I heard this.
That means you need water, holy water. You need to be baptized with the Spirit of the Lord. Do you want to receive God as your personal Savior? Okay.
I love the animation, bro.
Lord God,
Yes.
I come to you a sinner. Lord God, I come to you a sinner.
The phrase dying of thirst isn't about needing water. It's about feeling spiritually empty, desperate for something greater. This lady helping these young men with the sinner's prayer, turning their life into Jesus. No longer running, no longer living a life of crime and revenge, but living for him. Releasing themselves of this horrible mentality and ready to live this life as a newly found person. And while people like DB were victim of not following through with this newly found mentality, people who did were able to find something greater.
All right now, remember this day, the start of a new life, your real life.
You know, this lady single-handedly saved like the youth, bro. Like whoever here that night completely changed perspective, dude. You got W lady, bro.
I mean, at this point, we could have just ended the album right here, right? We just went from Kendrick being this easily influenced little immature kid to him having this beautiful redemption at the end. So why continue? Well, I like to think of this song as a bowl of cereal because you have two ingredients. You have the cereal and you have the milk. Both in their own regards are perfectly fine separate, but when combined together, magic. So this side of the story is done, right? It's over? Well, kinda. I like to think that there's one final puzzle piece to make this album whole. This song begins right after with Kendrick expressing pride in who he finally is. This is really important because it sets the stage for the main message of the song, being real. But what does that actually mean? After Kendrick took that leap to being true to himself, he realized what's going on with so many other people. He points out how everyone loves material things. Fancy clothes, fast cars, money, and they believe that these things will make them happy.
But what love got to do with it when you don't love yourself?
No matter how much you love these material things or other people, if you don't love and accept yourself, none of it really.
Self-acceptance. At the end of the day, self-acceptance is what triumphs over every single other things, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god.
It matters. So real isn't about what you have or what other people think of you. It's about knowing yourself and your own worth. Well, true, but there's so much more to it than just that. Throughout the album, we've been getting voicemails from Kendrick's parents. And at first, these voicemails are very
oh my god,
sporadic.
So much voicemail.
I want your body.
Bro, somebody mentioned Domino ad earlier.
Hell, he ain't even tripping off them dominoes no more. Just bring the car back.
Did somebody say domino?
Don't hang up. Damn, let me see. Kendrick, you get this message, man. Call me back.
But one thing is extremely clear. Kendrick's parents are flustered. His mom constantly asking for the van back. His dad
don't blame him,
the
bro.
whole time. So they must not be important. Actually, these two characters might be the most important people. At some point after after this whole ordeal, Kendrick's parents call him for a third time. Not calling, asking about the car or dominoes, but actually talking to him. His dad starts by apologizing for what happened to Dave.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He tells him that what those people did to him, that's not being real. For him, being real is responsibility. It's taking care of your family. Real is God. His mom takes the phone and tells Kendrick that Top Dog, the music label, called asking if they could hear more from him, saying that they loved what they've been listening to so far, and if he actually put all of his
so he got signed at 17. He got signed at 17. Okay, because in this timeline we know he's 17. His mama called him, talk about getting signed. Well, that is insane, by the way. Oh my god, at 17 is already on the stage. What did I do at 17, bro? Trying to go pro on Valorant. But tomorrow, I hope you come back, learn from your mistakes, come back a man, tell your story to the Black and brown kids in Compton. Let them know you're just like them, but you're still rose from the dark place of violence. I love his mama for this. I think I mentioned that, becoming a positive version. But when you do make it, give back. That's a thing with your words of encouragement. Like, not just that, like, he made it and forget where he's coming from, but realizing because of where he's come from, it shaped his music and come back and give back. Like save the youth, you know? Like, see. Me, look at me, Kendrick. I made it out of here. I wasn't influenced. Let me show you guys how. Oh my god, bro. That's how we honestly get a community to change. Is that somebody break out the cycle and then grow the youth in a different way, and from then on it will just like change the mindset of the youth, right? It's just like family, like family, like if you grow up in an abusive family, the cycle keeps happening, but it takes one person to break out of that and the whole family will change. Like, and Kendrick is that one person. To get back to your city, and I love you, Kendrick. Oh my god, talk to you later. Bye. God, bro, I love his mom to death. The grandmother, the father, bro.
Now everybody serenade the new faith of Kendrick Lamar.
Compton.
Compton is the final chapter of Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, M.A.A.d City. And it brings everything we've seen in this album to this powerful conclusion. And when you listen to it, it sounds happy. Kind of like a celebration.
It's like, and
in all honesty, that's exactly what it is.
Here.
This album has been crazy. I hope you see why so many people are in love with it and can't stop obsessing over this man. But there's one final chapter to this story to finally close this book shut. So, taking place way in the future, Kendrick pursued rap, he signed that deal with Top Dog. We're finally seeing Kendrick at a moment of triumph. He made it, he's at the top, dropping song after song, win after win. The fame and the money keep stacking up. Life couldn't be going any better. And with fame, he can throw that whole past life behind him. Who cares about everyone else? He's the one who's up. Not a single thought has to go to Compton or that horrible life ever again. I'm gonna pause you right there. Even though Kendrick is at the top, he's never gonna forget where he came from. Kendrick loves this city and the people that are in it. He embraces it, not looking down on it, but holding it to a pedestal for making it who he is today. Giving back to the people of Compton just as he promised his mom. Showing homage to the city, its people, and its culture. The city is united as one. If the album is a story of Kendrick trying to find a way in the midst of chaos, Compton is that resolution where everything comes full circle. If you've been following this far, then you know that the story of Good Kid, M.A.A.d City is deeply rooted on the idea of change. Kendrick says that all kids in Compton are good kids, they just live in the M.A.A.d City. It changes people, it becomes their norm. True. So by him telling this story of his introduction to this world, to then his everyday life, to his eventual victory, it shows people that they can change too.
Okay, one question is, what is Compton like now? Anybody got an answer? They got a lot of youth programs? Oh, okay. That's a great start. Yeah, youth programs.
We saw Kendrick at his worst in Compton, dealing with Shireen, the constant fear of walking.
And the Shireen, like, mysterious man is Drake. You mess up for that, by the way.
Outside, to that key moment changing everything for Kendrick, pushing him to achieve more. A story of personal change from an immature teenager to a seasoned adult. Parents focused on dominoes to passing down lessons on being a man. To us witnessing Kendrick's group of friends go from troubled teenagers to converted Christians, change is at the key center of all of it.
I can feel the changes.
That whatever situation you're going through in life, with change, you can overcome it too. So find your good kid in a mad city and overcome it.
Oh, find your good kid in a mad city. Bro, this had me dying, bro. This emo. Oh my god. Woo! Let's go, bro. You know, yeah, I honestly came in here like felt like I thought I knew most of it, although I do know that I miss a lot. I realized I miss a whole lot, actually. Wow, it's actually good to watch these explanation videos, bro. Because like sometimes when you listen to a song, you should know what it's about, right? I mean, as a kid, I was like, I listened to Whistle. Can you blow my whistle, baby? Whistle, baby, let me know. Oh my god, I was on the street singing that out loud and proud. And guess what it's about? Exactly, bro. This is why knowing the context is super freaking important. I didn't get the full context, especially that I missed the what's it called? The dialogues that him and his friends had in the car, the backseat, in the backseat. And because I missed that, I didn't feel as impactful listening to like Dying of Thirst song one. And oh my god, if I was to know that dialogues before that and listen to the next one, I would be overly whelmed in tears, bro. That actually sucks. Wow, oh my god, I'm mad at myself. Well, why wasn't it in the song? Did I skip it by accident? Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next reaction. Peace.